Edge of Eternity is actually a game that I think fell under the radar. I don't remember ever seeing a review for it from um, like the major gaming YouTubers that I am subscribed to, which I don't really get because so far I've played an hour of the game and it's really good. It's a solid turn-based JRPG, which mind you is made by a French studio, a French game developer called Midgar Studio. So I believe they also collaborated with some Japanese developers to really get that JRPG essence into it. And when you start the game, the way it plays, the cutscenes, the way that they tell the story, it really is true to heart a JRPG, and I believe it's an homage from the developers. What I do find a bit strange is that though this was made by a French studio, the primary language that they use is English, which is fine, since they are going for a broader audience. And I believe they have recently updated the game with a Japanese audio as well as a Japanese language selection. So I was actually really hoping to play this game in French. Like it would be really refreshing to play sort of a JRPG type of game with French voices. I haven't played any anime games yet ever since I moved to PC gaming or any JRPG game so far. But yeah, I'm always encouraging my friends to like if they're going to replay a game, try replaying it in another language because it brings that sort of fresh vibes to it. It really does. I played The Witcher in Polish and it's really different. The first Witcher game I played in Polish and it's really different as compared to when I watched reviews about it, which where the reviewer played the game in English. So I used Polish language and then English subtitles for everything. Anyway, sorry for digressing. With Edge of Eternity, it really gets the turn-based mechanic down to a point. It's really good in my opinion. I've read a complaint about it, just one negative review that the movement costs a turn for that character, and in my opinion, or at least from what I can remember, there are JRPG games, turn-based JRPG games, that actually do that or have done that before, and to me it's not really a negative thing. It's more of you really have to think of what you want to do. Would you rather attack that enemy right now and take the damage that will be dealt to you, or would you rather move to a different spot to completely damage that? To completely dodge that attack. So yeah, it's more of estimating whether or not your HP is enough to survive the next attack of your opponent or opponents, because you do usually have more than one enemy in this game in every battle. In terms of design, I really like the designs of the characters here, especially the main character, and the voice acting in English is wow. I love it. The voice acting in English is perfect in my opinion. It's not cringy at all, even though the setting is a mix of both fantasy and sci-fi, so I think that's part of the reason why it was a bit obscure. But to me, it's very charming, and the way they wrote the dialogue is both like so you're sort of a soldier, and the main character, of course, is a bit chivalrous, but I'm not sure what the timeline is in the game, since it is a mixture of both magic and science fiction, or a futuristic tech. But the language really works, and the way they speak isn't cringy at all. It's not like it's too modern day where it takes you out of it. It's sort of in the beginning they have this banter, which to me really works, and the emotional highs and lows that you would usually find in an anime is actually present here, and it is voiced very well. And I can't sing the the voice actors for this game enough praises. They did a really great job with it. I love hearing the characters talk. I love the banter, the relationships, and how it goes. And yeah, if you're really into anime, you will. I implore you to try this game out. If the first hour doesn't get you, you probably wouldn't like it. But if it does, and I think if you really like turn-based games and anime, you will really like this game. The designs are very cool. The world looks amazing. There's a giant cat that you can ride. The story is well, in the first hour, it's a bit interesting. We'll see. I'll post more reviews regarding this as the further I get along in the game. But yeah, the story so far is good. I'm quite interested in what's happening, and but the same with most animes, you're really more invested in the main character or main characters uh in this scenario. So there's so yeah, this is also a sort of a group turn-based RPG. So you have multiple characters at once fighting multiple enemies in like uh one battle. So I really like that. Um, and yeah, the world looks very diverse as well. From what I've seen, I've only seen I believe 3 areas in my first hour, which all looks really really good. And I hope more people try this game. I think it's with the Japanese voice pack being released, this would gain more popularity, at least in Japan. But I do hope that the anime community or the anime gamers really take a look at this game. I bought it on sale, but I think even if it's not on sale, it's worth it. I just really forgot about this game, and I'm not sure if it was the marketing that was the problem, or people were expecting sort of a turn-based action game, because I believe from the trailers that I've seen, it does look like it, it does look like a turn-based game, and maybe that is what set off the most of the people who were interested, since turn-based games, let's face it, is a bit of a dying breed. Usually the only games that can pull it off are those turn-based games that are established within a popular IP, like say Digimon, or the the most popular one of them all is Pokemon. If it's any other game that tries it, it's a bit of a risky move. But it's such a shame that not I don't think that many people try this game, because the art style and the designs really speaks for themselves. You can see the dedication of this studio to this game, and I'm not sure whether or not they are still making a sequel to the game, but I hope that they retain that passion for their future projects. So yeah, the turn-based combat, the elemental attacks, all are all really good. For the first hour of the game, the driving point is the voice acting and the way that the story presents itself. It's really very, very anime-like, and if you are a fan of anime, I would highly recommend this game for you. Also, if you're a fan of turn-based games, um, do check it out. Check out the trailers. Maybe check out some gameplay as well. Then decide. But so far, yeah, after 1 hour playing this game, I really like it.